Welcome to Yoga with Dagny. I'm happy you're here with me. For today's practice, it would be great if you could have 2 yoga bricks, a belt of some sort, and access to a wall. And for today's practice, we're going to begin in a child's pose, if that works for you. So in child's pose, I'll do it from the side. You're gonna wanna have your knees apart, your big toes touching, and just creep your hands forward, resting your forehead. See that your buttocks are reaching towards your heels. Then just take a couple deep, deep breaths. Just allowing yourself to land in your practice in your child's pose. When you're ready, we're going to sweep up that right hand with a big breath in, and on the exhale, weave those fingertips under the opposite armpit and just stretch that shoulder out. Inhale to unweave, exhale it forward. Second side, inhale, sweep up, big breath, exhale, weave the fingertips under, come to rest, then let go. When you're ready, inhale to unweave and exhale forward once again. And coming up onto all fours. We'll do a little cat-cow. Inhale, lift the chin, lift the tail, exhale, carve the tail under, arch the back, drop the chin. And continue inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. And doing a few more at your own pace. Inhaling and exhaling. Good, and then just come back for a moment. We're just gonna stretch our wrists. So I'll just show you. We're gonna take the wrists and we're gonna bring them forward. We're gonna come forward and we're gonna rest on the backs of our hands. And then we're just gonna try any amount to straighten the arms. Just very gently, you can see from the side, I'm just very gently coming forward here. Just stretching those wrists out a little bit. Good, and then we're gonna come back onto all fours again. And we're gonna take a big breath in. On the exhale, we're gonna take our right leg straight back. So take that right leg straight back and try to level and square your hips. And then taking the opposite arm forward. And just breathing there for a moment. Feeling your strength in your core. Pull that belly in and up. And start taking the hand down. Just rest your foot right on the side, stacking your shoulder over your wrist. And just reach up with the arm. Nice big stretch. Big breath in. On the exhale, take that arm over the head, palm facing down. Reaching all the way from the foot through the fingertips. Big stretch with a rolling up of the heart to heaven. Inhale the arm back up, and on the exhale, see if you can just lift that back leg up into a little Arda Uttanasana here. The belly is rolling up, heart is rolling up. And trying again, be light in your wrist if you can. Big breath in, exhale the top arm down. And then returning here, take a child's pose. Couple of nice deep breaths in your child's pose. And then we'll do the second side. I've turned around, but you can just do the opposite leg. We're gonna inhale and come on up. And on the exhale, we're gonna take the left leg straight back. Finding your core, take the right arm forward and breathe. Arm can come back down, foot can plant on its side, standing leg, foot can kickstand back a little bit, and then stretching the arm up toward the ceiling, broadening the heart and chest, big breath in, and then exhale, take that arm over the head, point with the fingertips, roll the heart open, stretch the shoulder open. The arm back up, and then just take that back leg up, baby Arda Uttanasana on this side. We're going to be working a lot with this posture in various ways today. So in this posture, your hips are stacked, your shoulders are stacked. Legs should be up at hip height, neck in a nice long line with the spine. And then big breath in. Exhale, top arm comes down, hips level and square to the floor, knee drops, and child's pose. And then inhaling, come up when you're ready. We're going to lie down on our backs and stretch our legs a little bit to prepare us for some standing work. So get hold of your belt and lie back on your back, knees bent. And then just first, let's just stretch the left leg in to the chest. And just, just kind of move it around a little bit. And when you're ready, we're gonna loop the bottom of the foot with the belt and stretch that leg straight up. Once you have it up, try to straighten the leg, try to straighten the arms, but keep the arms in their sockets, and then extend the opposite leg straight. So both legs are straight and you're reaching through both heels and breathing. Good, and then keeping the belt in the left hand, let's roll that leg out right from the top of the thigh, right arm out to the side, and just slowly lower that leg out to the side. Continuing to reach out through both legs, continuing to breathe. Big breath up to the center, switching the belt into the opposite hand. Let's take that leg slowly across the midline, thinking about this top hip moving down toward the opposite ankle. And just breathing into this stretch. Inhale that back up to the center. And then bend the opposite leg and cross the ankle above the knee. And just weave in and get hold of that right thigh. And just gently rock for a moment from side to side. And then bringing that rocking to stillness. Arms back out to the side, plant the foot, and then just drop over to the right for a little twist. And then inhaling back up to the center, you can uncross the legs. Take a little mini bridge, lifting the hips to reset your spine. And then taking the right leg into the chest, just gently moving that joint around a little bit. Finding beautiful deep breaths. Bringing that to stillness. We're gonna belt the bottom of the foot once again. Stretch the leg up to the ceiling. Straight arms, straight legs, and extend the opposite leg. Find the center of the heels and reach through them. Big, beautiful breaths. When you're ready, turn the toes out right from the top of your thigh. Opposite arm out to the side and just slowly lower that leg out to the side. Try to keep that right outer hip lifting up a little bit if you can. Take a big breath back up to the center. Switch the belt into the opposite hand. And slowly take that across the body. Beautiful stretches for the legs. Again, this top hip is dropping down toward the opposite ankle. Level hips. Inhaling back to the center. Exhale, bend the straight leg on the ground. Bend the lifted leg, crossing the ankle above the knee, gently guiding the knee away from the shoulder, and then weaving in to take the left thigh toward the chest, any amount. Maybe gently rocking to open up. And then resting that left foot on the ground, arms to the side. Think about this right toe as an arrow and just land it down to the earth. A little supine twist. And take a couple beautiful breaths into the outer hip or wherever it is that you're feeling the stretch. And then when you're ready, inhaling back to the center and exhale, uncrossing the legs. We're just gonna keep the knees bent and let the legs open into a Supta Baddha Konasana for a moment. Feeling a nice opening through these hips. And take the arms up. Get hold of your elbows. Inhale the elbows up and exhale them over the crown of your head. And just take a couple big breaths there. Big breath in and then exhale, release the arms and inhale the legs back together. And exhale, just roll onto the side. And then we're gonna set up for downward facing dog for a moment. So your knees are slightly behind your hips. Your hands are beneath the shoulders, arms turned out. Pose curl under, big breath in. Exhale, come up with first bent knees and just lift the hips as high as you can. Lift the hips up and then straighten those legs. Inhale now as you keep lifting the hips. Pressing your mat forward, pressing your heart towards your thighs. Inhale now. And then looking up, we're going to step forward until our feet land beneath our knees, land beneath our hips, and just hang like a rag doll loosely for a moment. Just let your head go, your shoulders go, everything go for a moment. And then pressing into the feet, inhale up, reverse swan dive all the way up to heaven. And exhale, hands to the heart. Good. So from here, we are going to do a little bit of work with the wall. So I am going to use this part of the wall right here for starters. Let's see here. So I am going to just move my mat here so that it's up against the wall. And just adjust my camera just a little bit right there. And we're going to begin doing what we were doing laying down, but up against the wall. So we're going to begin with Arda Uttanasana 1. So I'm going to belt my leg, and I'm going to just get my standing leg going straight forward. And I'm going to bring my leg up, my foot up to the wall. And then I'm going to take a moment and try to straighten both legs and straighten my arms. So this could take a moment. You can start with a bent leg and then just slowly straighten legs and arms. And we're going to practice dropping this hip, lifting the chest up, getting nice and straight and tall if you can, and breathing. And then from here, we're going to keep the belt in the right hand, and we're just going to roll the belly toward our lifted leg. So roll the belly toward the lifted leg, lift the heart, lift the chest, and extend the arm out if you can. Keep straightening the standing leg, keep dropping your outer hip down, and breathe. And then inhale and come up. Exhale back to the center. And we'll bend the knee and we'll gently step down. And we'll just shake out that standing leg. It's probably a little tight. And then we're going to work on doing the second side. So second side, I'm just going to turn around here. This time we're going to be lifting up the right leg. And you can bend the knee. Start with the bent leg. Take a minute to get your standing leg going straight toward the wall. Lift the heart and chest, and then straighten that leg out. So you're going to work on straight legs, straight arms. If it's hard to have your leg up the wall, you can always put it on a chair instead. That's a little bit easier. Or the edge of a couch or anything that you have. But the point is you want to try to get your arms straight, your legs straight, your hip dropping, your chest lifting. And once you have all of that going, We're gonna keep the belt in the left hand and we're gonna roll our belly toward that lifted leg. Roll it, roll it, roll it. Straightening up everywhere we can, getting nice and tall. And then bringing that arm back and breathing. Straight arms, straight legs if we can. Twisting and breathing. Big breath in and then exhale back to the center. Bend that lifted leg and step down. Woo! Good for the hips here, all right? So next, we're gonna do it out to the side. So this is how this is gonna look. You're gonna think about taking this leg out to the side. You're gonna belt it again. You're gonna think about where would the right distance be to bring this leg up the wall again. And you can start with a bent and start to estimate how far out you need to move this leg in order to straighten this other leg. So to help this posture along, your inner thigh needs to be rolling up. So your inner thigh rolls up, your knee is rolling to the ceiling, your toes are pointing to the ceiling, your hips are coming forward toward me, and you're straightening that leg into straight out to the side, just like when we were laying down, we had that leg out to the side. And then we're gonna bring the arm out to the side and we're just gonna stretch our hearts open and take a couple of beautiful deep breaths here. Just enjoying this posture. And when you're ready, we're gonna bend that leg. We're gonna gently come down, release the belt, shake out the hips a little bit, and we'll go to the second side. So I'm gonna get the belt around my foot again. I'm gonna take a moment and I'm gonna lift my leg up and I'm gonna think to myself about how far out would I go to straighten it. Standing leg is straight forward. Lifted leg, toes go up to the ceiling. Take a deep breath and start to straighten that leg. And find that right distance from the wall that both legs can be straight. Drop this outer hip of the lifted leg down. Take your arm out to the side. See that the lifted leg knee is going straight up to the ceiling. And just take a couple of deep breaths here. And when you're ready to come out, you're gonna bend that lifted leg, gently step down, take the belt off, and just release that. Good. So next, we're gonna come and we're gonna do, again, something similar to what we did when we were on the floor. We're gonna take our two bricks and we're gonna put them down for our arms. We're gonna think about the right distance where we'll start with the right leg, where that right leg can be extended to the wall with the pinky toe facing down and our heart moving forward. And so we have our right leg lifted. And then once you have that, you're gonna take your left arm forward, straighten your standing leg, level your hips, and breathe. Really focusing on the opening of that core, in and out. Deep, beautiful breaths. And then when you're ready, you can take that hand down, bend the standing leg, take that foot down, inhale and straighten your spine as much as you can. Arda Uttanasana. And then exhale into a full Uttanasana. The breaths. Hands to the tops of the thighs. Inhale up with a nice long straight spine. And just roll the shoulders out. Good, and then we'll do the second side. Coming forward. This time, opposite leg goes up. So left leg this time, level and square your hips. Chest comes forward, straighten the leg. And then when you're ready, press down into the left arm and lift that right arm up and forward. And breathe. And then taking that down, we'll take the leg down, we'll inhale, get long, and exhale, forward fold. Hands to the tops of the thighs, inhale up, long, straight spine, roll the shoulders out. Excellent. So one more standing posture for us today. We're gonna do the same thing we just did, but we're gonna roll it open like we did in the beginning of class into Arda Uttanasana. So here we go, Arda Uttanasana. We'll take that right leg up again first. Level and square the hips. Then when you're ready, make sure your standing leg foot is going straight forward. Press down and with your left hand into your brick and start to just roll open with that top leg. So just roll it open. You can bring your hand up to your hip if you can. The lifted leg foot turns parallel to the earth. And then if you can lift up through the hand as well, go ahead and do that. Try to straighten the standing leg, try to roll your heart to heaven, offering your heart up. And then when you're ready, your top arm can come down, the foot can come back toward the earth, bend the standing leg, bring the foot down, and come on up. And one last side, we're gonna do this one more time. So I'm just gonna turn myself around for this one. This time the left leg is gonna come up. So I'm just gonna find my proper distance so that my left leg can come up. Level the hips toward the earth to start with. Find your strength. And then pressing down into the right hand, stack the hips, turn the lifted foot. And begin to roll your belly up and stack those hips and shoulders, any amount. If it's hard to bring the hand up, just keep the hand down and work on turning the hips open. And then if you can bring the arm up, please do. A couple of beautiful deep breaths. Deep breath in on the exhale. We're going to take the top arm back down, level the hips to the floor, and bring the leg down. One more time, inhale, grow long, exhale, forward. Hands to the tops of the thighs, inhale up with a long straight spine. Roll the shoulders out. Good. And then we're just gonna come on down onto the floor. Just see here. Just take this down a little bit. And we're just gonna start to settle ourselves down. So I'm gonna come down. I'm going to do a brick bridge as my inversion today. So actually, since we're right here at the wall, let's scoot ourselves right up to the wall. Kind of Velcro your butt up against the wall and then swing your legs up the wall. So you want to be close enough to the wall that your buttocks are against the wall or very close to it. And then just rest there for a moment. If you want a little more of an inversion here, you can bend the knees a little, lift the hips up and place a brick under your sacrum. You could even go a little higher if you wanted to. And put your legs up the wall. Once you're here, just roll the shoulders under a little bit. This is like a modified shoulder stand. Lengthen the back of your neck, nice and long. And just take a few beautiful deep breaths and just begin to let go. This is a very, very restorative posture. It helps us to restore after a long day. It's time to just let go. It's time to settle inward. If you want to bring the bottoms of your foot together and come into a little Baddha Uttanasana in this position, you can stretch the inner thighs a little bit, continuing to roll the shoulders under. This should be very comfortable. If it's not, your brick might not be in the right place. It needs to be kind of nice, really, so that it's completely supporting your sacrum. And legs kind of back up. If you take your brick high, take it back down a little bit lower. And maybe just cross your legs for a moment. And then we'll take the brick out completely and cross the legs, the opposite cross that you just had. And just let go for a moment, maybe stretch the arms overhead to release the shoulders, maybe gently rock the head from side to side to release the neck. See that there's no tension there at all. And then we're going to come into our final resting pose, Shavasana, next. So just lying on your back flat. Just lying flat on your back. Stretching out the entire length of your mat. And just beginning to settle down here. Settling down to a nice little rest. Your arms can be by your sides with the palms facing upward. Stretching the arms nice and long, and then just releasing the arms, seeing that they're balanced equally on the backs of the hands. Shoulders resting equally. Shoulders melting into the earth and into the arms and hands and fingers. And relaxing the chest and the upper back and the middle back and the lower back. Releasing the buttocks and hips, the legs, calves, and feet. Relaxing the back of your neck and your throat. Releasing your jaw. Softening the forehead and the cheekbones. And allowing the eyes to drop back into the sockets. Allowing the ears to move inward. And the awareness to move inward. Opening into the deep, deep spaciousness within. Vast and spacious and open. And as you rest, I'll read a little reading from the Radiance Sutras. Meditate on the self as being vast as the sky, a body of energy extending forever in all directions, above, below, all around. In the embrace of infinite space, awaken to your true form, divine creative energy, revealing herself to you. When you're ready, you can just allow your breath to increase again, taking a nice breath in, feeling your belly rise and your chest rise with that vital energy. And as you exhale, feeling the chest fall and the belly fall back toward the earth. Just bring a little movement back to your body, maybe bending the knees into the chest. And with your next exhalation, just gently roll to your right side. And with your next inhalation, gently press up to find a seat where your spine can be long, extended, and available to your breath. And we'll take our hands to our hearts and just gently bow our heads. Seeing beautiful vastness and openness and spaciousness that we've created, the light that we've touched to spread out to everyone in the world, everyone in need for some peace. knowing that when we cultivate peace in our hearts, we cultivate peace in the world. And thanking ourselves for cultivating this peace. The peace and love within me sees and honors the peace and love within each of you. Say. Thank you so much. Until we meet again for next Yoga with Dags, I will look forward to spending some time together.